Past president of the Los Angeles League of Conservation Voters. I think we all support him on that one. He's a founder and vice chair of Ciclavia. Ciclavia we all know about, bicycling in Los Angeles. Founder of the Los Angeles Regional Collaborative for Climate Action and Sustainability, statewide alliance of regional collaboratives for climate adaptation. And he was appointed to Governor Schwarzenegger's environmental policy team. So he's worked on both sides of the street here. He was appointed recently as a senior fellow at the USC Marshall School of Business, and that was the organization that put on Decarbonizing California. So it's really a great pleasure for me. When I asked him, he said yes, and fantastic, you're welcome, Jonathan, good to have you.
Thank you so much. It's great to spend part of the day with you today, remembering Earth Day here in Whittier. So, if we could dim the lights, beautiful. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I was hoping. So, I want to tell you a little bit about our organization, Climate Resolve. And we have something that in the nonprofit world, they always ask an organization this: what's your theory of change? How do you believe you can actually affect what you're supposed to affect? How do you go about that? And I'm here to tell you that our theory of change is that by making climate change exquisitely local, where people see themselves in the picture, that will be a motivation for people to take the next steps to make the changes that we need to make. Now, you all remember Inconvenient Truth. You know about Bill McKibben and his great work at 350.org. I am in the absolute perfect audience for Mr. Gore and Mr. McKibben. They had me at hello. But the polling data shows that represents about 15% of the American public. So, that leaves 85% out there. And how do you reach that other 85%? And it's our belief that we need to take climate change, which is, in my view, the most important existential issue facing humanity today, and take it from being on the fringes into the heart of the mainstream. And by talking about climate change, and again, putting people in the picture, so that they see themselves, their family, their children, their grandchildren in this picture, we might be able to move this forward. Now, I love Mr. Gore and Mr. McKibben. They're heroes of mine. But when they do talk about climate change, because their audience is a global audience, they talk about climate change globally. And that makes it very difficult for people to understand where they fit into that picture. When it comes to global warming, it's my view that the global part is even more daunting than the warming part. How does an individual in Whittier, California make a difference when it comes to this global climate change? It becomes very difficult. And I'm here to tell you that we can not only address climate change locally, we can come up with some strong solutions, things that we can do here locally. So I'm here to give you not an apocalyptic view of climate change. It is, if we act now, it is not Armageddon, but there's a caveat in there. We do need to act soon, and we need to make some really good choices. And I want to tell you about some of the things that are happening in California that we should all support. So, here we go. Hold on to your seats. So when you go to LAX, right, you're walking through LAX, and they have this little store there that's called Hudson News, right? We've all seen that. And then they have a kiosk in Hudson News. And in that kiosk is a bunch of postcards, right? Isn't that the photo that they have in the postcards? That this, in a way, typifies Los Angeles. You have the skyline, of course, but look on the right side, there's a palm tree, and then there's the snow-capped mountains. And what they would say about Southern California is that you could ski in the morning and surf in the afternoon,